Okay, so our guest reader, Matthew MC Smith. Yeah, so he's from Swansea, 3 times nominated Best of the Net Writer, a Pushcart Prize nominee, Broken Spine 2002, and the R.S. Thomas Prize winner from the past as well. He's widely published in presses such as Poetry Wales, Baron Magazine, Iceflow Press, Arachne Press, Finnish Creatures. He published Origin, 21 poems in 2018, and The Keeper of Aeons in autumn of 2022. He's got a PhD on the subject of Robert Graves and Wales from Swansea University, and is academically published in the International Journal of Welsh Writing in English, with 2 articles on Robert Graves. So he writes about many subjects: landscape, history, sense of place, identities, masculinities, family, and cosmology. Hence the link to the theme tonight. Yeah, he's the editor of Black Bowel Poetry, as I'm sure a lot of you know, and those fantastic Top Tweet Tuesdays on Twitter really help to keep us going and, you know, feed our fire. And the Silver Branch, the platform's amazing writers. He's a well-known reviewer, and the campaign for the return of the Red Lady of Paverland to Swansea really captures my heart. And I recommend his pamphlet, Paverland, Ice and Fire, which came out earlier this year. All right, so thanks again, Matt, and over to you for 15 minutes or so. If everyone could mute.
Stephen, thank you.
Yeah.
Stephen, thank you. It's really great being here. I've just realised how grey this beard is, which is really the only sobering part of being here. So thank you. I'm gonna share screens soon, but first of all, I'm gonna read a poem, an International Space Station poem. I'm absolutely fascinated, like lots and lots of people are, by the space station, and have written several poems on it. This poem is the first poem in the second book. This is called Astronaut Space Station. Sealed in microgravity, witness to stars, I sense the earth turn, know the station's velocity. In the steel century, orbiting the blue sphere, I observe a forever abyss at the edge of a perfect gravity, a gravity as rare as love. Is love beyond this orbit? Is love outside this world? In sleep, cosmic rays flash like binary, pulse on visual cortex. City circuits, silent as tombs, oceans, landmass, halls of cloud, tropics, latitudes, spectral horizons, storms, green fire on curve of globe. We travel into night, day, dark, light, terrifically lonely, with ghost memories of love. Voices, bodies, grounded in light. Thank you. I'm going to share screen if I can. I've got so many screens. Hang on a second. Yeah. Okay. The second poem is really a kind of title poem for the second book. It's a deep time poem. This is Eons. Through polished glass, skulls are encased, contained and mapped. Exhibits in a dry room, a vault on floor 3, 21.2 degrees. No longer buried beneath trees with wild, throaty, dissonant bird songs at dawn. Beyond the swarm humming heat, the stampede, grazing beasts of the field. Bones once moved to cast shapes, their silhouettes cast across rock. Shadows straightening as creatures. Knees in the scrub, they crouched on the plain at twilight. The dance and death of generations who kindled their flicker flame of smoke under dark skies. Here, a rattle of aircon, a loose blade, a blue bottle in a vermilion pulp shell, its bare legs stuck to halogen light. Here, the exhibit labels track eons, measurements of mandible, crania, and zygomata, extracted relics brushed out of dirt, once cradled in the desert, held by mountains. Knowledge now is pared to bone. Ergaster, Erectus, Antecessor, Capronensis, Neanderthal, Florinensis, trillions of bones, rivers of lifeblood, space and light. Beyond this room, Homo sapiens stands in silver suit before the rocket's mass, the sealed cell, eyes aspiring skyward, a profile pearl of moon at noon in the east, a blistering sun overhead, the ability to fly. This is my second space station poem. Yeah, that's all I'll say. Towards night from the space station. We slice solar winds, sail orbit halos, watch from the cupola window on the world. Photons to retina in brightened abyss. 6 panes catch our breath, 6 panes that show a bow electric rim of light, crescent in night. Fingers touch glass. It marks our print, Homo sapien. Have we come too far, too soon, taking passage from canyon floors through storms, wind-driven deserts, ice-racked ranges? We stand on lookout towers, exalted and supreme over silicon cities. Once, before fierce wars of progress, we stood at the ocean's edge, burning under the atoll sun, then drifted in currents, plunging to the shining coral bed. We watch as sealed sentinels dry and racing through perishing darkness, fearing ruin. This poem here is a style of poetry that I tend to write, sort of cosmic surrealism, and it's probably inspired by the poet R.S. Thomas. This is abyss. Light a taper, listen to a note's echo through the vault. The draught will shake the flame at the end of a wave. Silence. Stand with black all around you and feel anything there may be. Any way you turn is eternity, as light sears the void. At the altar, stand before a window of celestial light. Dive through dolphin dark, plunge through shattered glass into abyss. Okay, 2 more poems. I think it's 2 more. This one is very, very much inspired by watching 2001 Space Odyssey for about the 25th time. This is Cosmology. From static, we make our slow Rosetta. Linger lone in void of dark. No one can hear us in these rooms of silence. This is our language of stars, fingers of intricate play and movement. There are lights faint and far as moths. We are drawn and dance. Okay, and the final poem is What is Faith? Published by Broken Spine last year. What is faith? It is knowing that nothing matters, that there is nothing else but the dance of dust around our bodies and the speed of light, impossibly fast and far, which knows no pain, an arrow without sentience. That we were and are will be so close in moments uncounted as we pass through this carousel of space with hard laughter where our lips are planets tilting and limbs are luminous, giant jets of cloud on axis against diamonds on black. Our faith and belief are inside, within, beyond each breath. We, miracles of molecule with fingers that shape and conduct our fervent whispers to God, that mighty God, a skeleton of silent song, that God with blessings and blades in all this brew, and us, just us here, with fantasies of flowers of eternities, and faith, our faith, and the pageant of all its colours. Thank you. Thank you very much, Stephen.
Well, that was amazing, Matt. Really wonderful. And you got the word molecule in there. Amazing. So, no, I think everyone's blown away and transported into outer space. You can see all on the chat there, all the wonderful views when you were writing there. Well, yeah, everyone, please join me again in a round of applause for Matt. Thank you so much. Excellent reading. Oh, wow. That's how to get the party started, isn't it? Thanks so much. Oh, okay. So, yeah, we can now move on to Fiona Parry, followed by Molly, before we have our first break.
Would you like me to start, Stephen?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm Fiona Parry. This poem touches on the loneliness of space, so there's a nice synchronicity with Matt's first poem. So I really like that one that happens at a poetry reading. Replica. The virtual reality stairway has the same dimensions as the one in our old family home, except there is no skylight adorning the ceiling, no crimson king maple outside. My memories disintegrate. Even within the neural lace, I find only the ghosts of things remain. Almost hydrangea gracing pots at the front door. Almost you stepping in through the kitchen door. Almost neighbors from 40 years ago living next door. When I climb up to my room at night, it is as if there are two moons in the sky. Halfway on the ladder, I remember the Margaret River Lake Cave on Earth. How my mind brazenly mistook the chamber for a ballroom and the stalactites for chandeliers. As every schoolchild knows, a solitary earthling's survival in space depends upon their ability to split themselves in two. But this lesson, gleaned from our prisons and battlefields, has its limitations. Every star eventually casts off its glitter, collapses under its own gravity, reluctantly reverts to black mass.
Amazing. Thank you, Fiona. Wow.
Thank you. Thanks for this evening.
No, thank you. Again, thank you for really lighting up the evening with your words there and sticking so well to the theme as well. Some lovely comments as well for you, Fiona. Please take a look. Fantastic. So yeah, may I now introduce Molly, if she's here.
Hello.
Go for it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so sorry, should I just go? Oh, I think your connection's dropping a bit. If everyone can hear me, then I'll start. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So I'll just read it first and then I'll explain where it's coming from. So, commonly referred to as a single entity, Romeo and Juliet. One is not often mentioned without the other. Like two atoms of hydrogen with newfound proximity, attraction as strong a compulsion as gravity, forces of repulsion tend towards zero, two become one. Was Juliet truly unparalleled, or was she a single hydrogen atom in a sea of many more who coincidentally crossed paths with a suitable match? Was Romeo besotted, or was he so overcome with attraction that he could not endeavour to escape? Was Rosalind a suitable match, but a hair's breadth too far to charm Romeo, or were their paths not destined to collide? Was this love as simple as a fusion reaction taking place in a star? Both lead to violent ends. Both are the product of circumstance. Both are destined to die. So I struggled with the theme slightly because I'm a trainee pharmacist, so this isn't my area of science. So it got me thinking back to my GCSE physics days and kind of going over the life cycle of a star.
That was, it was fantastic, Molly. Yeah. Some of the audience are picking up, you know, they love the connection to, you know, Shakespeare and, you know, the metaphors and so on. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wowzers. Wow, thank you. What a great start. We could squeeze in maybe one more reader before the break, if that's okay. Or we can pause. It's up to you, Miles. You're next on the list.
Hi. Yeah, no, I don't mind going now. It's fine.
Okay, fantastic. And then we'll have a short break.
Okay. This is called The Reversed Creation Myth, and it's after Rachel Carson's book, which The Sea Around Us. It was then is now, time's wave cresting. My dog and I walk down runways, long scars of concrete. We face westwards into a wind that powers oceans. The stone scars stretch towards beginnings. All atoms flow. Each piece that's me, that is dog, that is tree, follow. Mammals, dinosaurs, single-celled amoeba, seas like lungs, breathy with life. The dead land drowns. Oceans are born. The cloud wraps melt. Depth on depth, rain. Cold black teeth bite, then pull hot earth to brittle crust. Our iron, now fire. Our blood, earth blood, circling itself. Coalesced stars dance from nebulae to songs of mass and heat. Then the bang, that was big, then nothing.
Well, thank you so much, Miles. Yeah, that was so atmospheric again. Wonderful. You've got some lovely comments coming through.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much to everyone. Okay, I'm going to